So you clicked on this link because you want to know one of the best hidden Colorado lifestyle areas that is close to downtown Denver Tech Center. Stay tuned. We're going to tell you all about Elizabeth.
You can see the white picket fences as a little sneak preview. Hey everyone, Laurie and Kalene, your Colorado's finest here in Denver, Colorado. If it's your first time to our channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button. We're going to go over everything you want to know about working, living, playing here in Denver. We help clients make that move all the time. We absolutely love it. We do it daily. We help clients. We know this area inside out, so we can listen to what your needs are as a family when you're moving here. We have kids ourselves. We help clients, 100 clients each year, make that move from out of state to Denver. We'd love to help you. Give us a call or text anytime, 720-438-4181.
So it's our little secret that we wanted to share with you today, all about Elizabeth. To me, it's just very homey here. Like if Laurie was just saying this when we were driving out here. So it is a little bit of a drive, about 15 minutes from the Castle Rock area. You go directly east, but when you come out here, it's just like your traditional small town. Like if you want a slower paced lifestyle, if you want animals, if you're a horse lover, you definitely want a few cows, maybe some chickens. This would be an area I definitely want to take you to and have you explore to see if you liked it or not. It's just kind of a good mishmash of small town close to the city, but still some convenient shops and restaurants and whatnot that they still have in this small town.
So Kalene's from the country more.
Yes.
I'm from the city more. I grew up
like city mouse and country mouse here.
And I just think it's super interesting. I do love Elizabeth. I love certain parts of it. I couldn't live in certain area. I couldn't live in like the Elizabeth downtown area. That would be tough for me.
Yeah.
Or some of these homes that are just like on flat acreage. But there are so many different types of communities.
It's like rolling hills out here. So right. You're talking about the ones that are either kind of down in a valley.
Yeah, or they're more, I don't love a ton of trees either, but there are some communities in here that have enough trees to provide some of that like
Colorado feel.
Yeah. I just don't like it when that's flat. You can see forever. I feel like I'm living in Kansas. Like that is not my cup of tea. But I also like to be close to conveniences. And you're close to Castle Rock here. You're close to Parker.
So you can still make it to Target. You can still get your shopping.
But there is a Safeway, there's a Walmart, and it's growing so much in this community. Every time I come out here, there's more and more development. And that's, I think it's a great value right now.
And I will say, and I don't know what it is, to me, the one drawback, because I like the slower pace. I like the little bit more space in between homes. I can appreciate that. It's kind of more of my vibe. But one thing that I'm not super keen on, and I don't know what the reason is, but for some reason it seems to get a little bit cooler out here. And like if you have a snowstorm maybe in Castle Rock or South Colorado or North Colorado Springs, South Denver, seems like for some reason here in Elizabeth it's a little bit more intense. Like you can get blowing snow out here, probably because it is a little bit more hilly. There's like not the mountains that kind of block that wind, and so it can get pretty blizzard-ish out here.
Yeah. And we were driving out here and I was like, stop, I don't know if they're llamas or alpacas. What is the difference between alpacas and llamas? Do you know?
Yeah, I mean, they're different animals, but
what's different about them? Do you know? We're going to look it up. If you know, comment below.
What's the alpaca and hauling stuff?
You don't know? Well, I don't feel so bad now that you don't know either.
No.
But we saw them, either llamas or alpacas, and it was kind of fun to see, like a working farm.
Well, and I know you can get a good tax write-off for them.
Yeah.
And so they probably had 20, 30 head of them. And so they have a nice little write-off there.
And I will say our clients who are thinking of, maybe more of this lifestyle, we kind of zone into Elizabeth, maybe a couple other areas we recommend. But initially, you guys give us a call. Let us know your time frame. Let us know your lifestyle you're looking for, your price point. If you're going to be working in a certain area, how far you want your commute. And we start having that conversation about what it looks to live in these different areas and get you set up on a home search.
Well, and I will say, along with those things that Laurie just said, if you're considering an area like this, my further question would be, how do you want to use that land? Like, do you just want the space? Do you want it to be workable in a certain way? Do you want it to be fenced for animals? Do you have to have an outbuilding? How do you feel about well water? Do you have to be on city water? Like, there's a little bit more of moving parts, maybe. Just if you're particular about it, if you're kind of open to whatever, that's fine. But if you're very particular on any of those things, like I definitely want 20 alpacas, then we need to look at a piece of ground that's big enough for that, and then maybe an outbuilding and fencing and whatnot to be able to use the land like what you're purchasing it for. So
I think a reality TV show would be if you put me onto a land with like 5 acres and gave me chickens,
with
alpacas or llamas. I'd have to figure out what they were.
Or chickens. Yeah,
I would die with chickens. I don't know if I could pick it up. Do you have to pick up a chicken?
You remember we went and filmed at my mom's house
pick
one
up
day.
A chicken.
No, I don't like them.
See, they flock and they do this little thing, and that scares me.
Well,
and they peck at you.
Yeah.
But if you love chickens,
like you just have to grab it and pick it up.
But our listing just had these beautiful eggs at her counter, and I was jealous of that. There are all these different colors because she had chickens. And they're gonna sell the chickens. Do you want to hear something
gross about my mom's chickens
with that listing, aren't they?
Yeah. Yep, the new owners are also proud owners, not only of a beautiful home,
1.06,
but of 6 chickens.
So it came with it.
One thing that I knew, but maybe I kind of didn't know or really understand, with chickens, guess what comes along with them?
Poop.
Lots of poop, yeah. But mice, and I don't like mice at all. My mom has 8 mice that. When they put feed out for the chickens, the little mice run. I couldn't do that. That's why I don't mind the chickens. I don't like mice.
So if you want chickens, we've done chickens many times. We'll find you a place with chickens, alpacas, llamas, horses. Elizabeth, you don't have to have any animals, but you can have a beautiful property.
Well, and one great thing about Elizabeth as well is the amazing school district over here in Elizabeth. They are always competitive when it comes to athletics. It's a tight-knit community, but still a good-sized school with a lot of different programs that they offer. So I would say go check out their Elizabeth School website, and you can see what all programs they offer on that website.
But take advantage of all that Colorado's offer. You can hit the slopes, you can go hiking,
there's
biking.
Golf courses.
I mean, you are living in Colorado here, and the talk of the town will be who's going to go skiing this weekend, who's going to go to Vail, who's going to go to Breckenridge. I mean, who's going to go to the Avs game. You are in that Denver, Colorado community here and living that Colorado lifestyle, even though you do have a little bit more acreage in this community.
And you might not have as much time because you have a lot of land and animals to take care of.
So we're going to get out and show you our llamas and alpacas and the homes here in Elizabeth and what it looks like to live here. So if you're thinking, again, of moving to Denver, anywhere, whether that's Elizabeth, Parker, you want city life, give us a call or text. We help people do it daily. We both live here in Colorado, absolutely love it. We'd love to help you make that move. 720-438-4181. We're in for a treat today. Today we are taking you on a road trip. So we wanted to not only talk about Elizabeth, but show you what it looks like out here. If you're thinking of moving to Denver, Castle Rock area, maybe even Colorado Springs, but yet you want some land, Elizabeth is a great option.
So Elizabeth, to me, if we have somebody that's moving, they have to have close proximity to Denver, the Denver Tech Center area for a job, but they want a, quote, Colorado lifestyle, as far as maybe they want animals, they want a hobby farm, something with land and ranch. I'm trying to decipher in my head if they would like more the feel of Sedalia or Elizabeth. So total different sides of I-25, and Elizabeth just is, to me, more farmy.
Yeah.
It's a little bit more flat, more land, more space, whereas Sedalia is kind of on the foothills on the west side.
So we're just driving into, the actual town of Elizabeth, which makes up these little neighborhoods. But once you get outside of Elizabeth, the thing I think is interesting, so my daughter had a basketball tournament game here and I actually haven't been to Elizabeth too often, for sports. And we drove through some of these back roads, and the homes are just beautiful. There's a lot of money, I would say, in Elizabeth compared to some other smaller towns. You're real close to Denver, so I think a lot of our clients will choose to live in Elizabeth if they want some acreage, if they want some llamas or alpaca farms, and then have that,
and it's very
peaceful setting, but yet be able 30 minutes commute to Denver or jobs.
Well, and it's very typical. Like, you can have one of these homes that are like in town, a small town, great school district, Elizabeth School District out here. They are very competitive in their athletics. Or you can go outside city limits, and you can have anywhere from like an acre to hundreds of acres, and still be 30 to 40 minutes. 40 minutes from downtown Denver, 30 minutes to Denver Tech Center. But we are getting ready. We're going to go show you their cute little like quaint downtown area. There's a couple cafes, a coffee shop, like insurance, a doctor's office, but it's like your itty bitty little small town downtown area,
but a close-knit community. Like for instance, at the basketball game, you could tell everyone knew each other. Everyone was friends and knew where each other lived and took care of each other's kids. Like, it had that pull and that vibe, I guess, in the school compared to other areas where it's just the large Denver area. I mean, just look at some of these buildings and these streets. You can see it pulls this small town. But we're going to show you also some of these gorgeous homes in this area.
So
up here,
this is
a little bit closer.
The small town, like that's the historic downtown. But then they also have a little bit newer shops, and like there's Subways, and there's Dairy Queen right there, O'Reilly's Auto Parts. This is the high school, middle school over on the left-hand side. But it is kind of a good mash of small town and a little bit more convenience than some itty-bitty small towns like you have on the western slope.
And real good access to Denver. And so anything you could want is, probably within 15 minutes. You wouldn't be in downtown Denver, but you'd be in like Parker,
South Denver.
Yes, and all those areas. So great option. And here's a great example. We're going to take you down this private road just to show you the different types of homes. And there are homes that are more in the trees in this area too that are just beautiful. But you can see these homes with those white picket fences sit on about 5 acres. And then you also have opportunity to do new build homes here as well. Show you. So
sorry guys, it's a little bumpy.
It is bumpy here.
You're on dirt roads here.
Right. And there you can see a new built home in that background going up, and then you can see horses as well. So just the epitome of, what it looks like to live in Elizabeth. And then you can see back there's a lot of those evergreens, ponderosa pines. There's a lot of communities that are built into those trees as well. So if you want something that's more secluded, more shaded, yet also have, your horses and a little more acreage, that option exists here in Elizabeth as well.
Well, and one thing to point out, when you're purchasing homes on acreage, we are most likely dealing with at least a septic system and most likely or possibly a well for water. And so you definitely want somebody who is well versed in both of those. To be honest, it depends on what county the property is located in, as far as if a septic needs to be pumped and inspected before the sale, or whose responsibility is it, the potential buyers or is it the sellers? And what it comes down to is it depends on what county we're in. And so if you're looking at a home with a septic system with a well, we just need to get the well permit number and do our due diligence, pass along title for that well. And then for the septic, if say it does go on the responsibility of the buyer to pump and inspect a septic tank, is probably $1,200 if you have to pump it, and $400 for the inspection. So
and that's Bonnie Ridge right ahead of us, and that's where I'm talking about, where if you did want a home a little more secluded
or in the trees,
that would be like an example of one of those neighborhoods. There's a large park area in Elizabeth. You can see the baseball fields.
There's also hiking trails and a trail system here, skate park. And one thing about Evans Park and really the Elizabeth community, like Laurie noted before, is that it is an active and involved community, even though it's a little bit smaller. Excuse me, but they're, for a small town and land, to have that tight knit community and be able to be involved in something you enjoy is really what most people that are looking at this community are searching for. I think Laurie found a group of people doing pickleball, which I know everybody loves their pickleball. They even make time to do that here, even though they have lots of land to take care of.
So you do have Safeway is a major grocery store throughout a lot of Denver and Colorado, and King Supers. So they do have Safeway, Sonic, and as we get up here,
well, you have a lot of specialty grocery stores in the bigger areas, like your Whole Foods,
Cowgirl Coffee Company right there.
See, everything you need.
Your haircut, and
so there is
a lot of building.
Even though for a small town, there's Planet Fitness ahead, and a Walmart, and a Ziggy's Coffee, like a couple things that some small towns don't have. So Elizabeth is at least close enough and has the amount of people to support some of those bigger chains.
And it's growing. You can see all the development we just passed. There's new stores going in all the time here. Elizabeth is a growing community. I would say investment-wise, it's really a good area to get in on as well, because it's just going to continue to grow and it's becoming more and more popular as Denver continues to expand, especially if you want to have some land in privacy. Elizabeth is a great option, and one of the few options that you're going to be close to Denver and still have this lifestyle.
And again, only 30 minutes from Denver Tech Center, probably 40 to 45 from downtown Denver, and to be able to have this lifestyle with that proximity to the city is outstanding.
We are here in Stage Run, so I want to stop on the way and show you what this looks like. It's a covenant controlled community, so you will have a $500 HOA. You can have horses here, and a lot of these homes sit on about 5 acres. So there is one pending here at $1.2 million. The home behind us is a great example of what these homes look like. A lot of them will have we are here in Stage Run, so I want to stop on the way and show you what this looks like. It's a covenant controlled community, so you will have a $500 HOA. You can have horses here, and a lot of these homes sit on about 5 acres. So there is one pending here at $1.2 million. The home behind us is a great example of what these homes look like. A lot of them will have your white picket fence, horses like I noted, about 4,000 to 5,000 square feet, 4 to 5 bedrooms per home, but each home is unique, custom built. You can have outbuildings here, as you can see. You'll see some red barns. You can see the mailboxes straight ahead from the community. Elizabeth County Schools here, so actually a great school district as well. And so a great quiet community if you want to live and work in Denver, Colorado Springs, Castle Rock, but yet have, just listen to how quiet it is, besides Kalene's car that's running, and have your space here and as well, and feel like you're living in the country. A great option here that's stage run. So here we are highlighting Elizabeth, and here's our friends are coming to visit us. So if you are looking for
a good tax write-off,
maybe a little hobby farm, and you want to, are those alpacas or llamas?
Those are llamas.
Llamas?
Those are llamas.
There's some llamas here for you guys. So you can live close to Denver.
You could sell their fibers for extra money.
And you can have some local friends. So there they are.